do you guys think? All new 2021 BMW M3 Competition. And today, courtesy of my friend Ben from Social Media 55, I get to test drive it. So I'm gonna do what I always do, take you guys for a walk around, have a closer look at that interior, and then finish it off with a test drive. But my test drive is 100% gonna be focused on performance driving, because Ben recently took his M3 onto Circuit Mont Tremblant, and he has a lot to say about the performance. But first, I have a lot of tech to get through, so stay with me. You can't begin any M3 competition review without starting from the front grille. Personally, I absolutely love it. I love the character, the attitude, the presence, the aggression of it. But BMW did create it with a purpose, and that's to cool the all-new S58 engine, which is now producing more horsepower and more torque. That said, you're going to receive a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder BMW twin turbocharged motor with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now you have 503 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. There is a rear-wheel drive available with a manual, but it's the base model, produces less horsepower, less torque. But this one sounds like this. Aesthetically, there's a lot going on with the M3, but I'm going to begin with tech, and that's these LED lights, which are standard across all M3 trims. But the laser light technology, this is optional. These allow you to see further. They actually use 30% less energy, and they're adaptive. Sticking with exterior tech, on this particular model, there's no less than 12 sensors between the front and rear bumper. And then part of the park assist package, you have cameras both on the front, rear, and you have a 360-degree camera angle. Aesthetically, like I said, there's a lot going on. But back to that front grille, which is completely active, there's no fake vents. But from the front, through to the side skirts, back to the rear with the flared fender, the rear spoiler, and the all-new larger diffuser. Even the line between the side mirror and the body is strategically placed to help maximize airflow. Ben also tells me a feature that helps you take your M3 from the road to racetrack with ease is the adaptive suspension, which acts incredibly quickly on the racetrack, and I talk about it during my test drive. Another option you can consider if you do plan on doing more than a few track days is the carbon ceramic brake package. As for wheel design on the M3 Competition, they are staggered, meaning you receive 19-inch wheels up front, 20-inch wheels in the rear, surrounded by Pirelli P0 Performance tires. I speak more about these tires during my test drive, but currently right now, the M3 Competition is only available in an automatic transmission and rear-wheel drive. If all-wheel drive, or essentially X-Drive, is important to you, well, it is coming to market summer 2021. However, it might already be available in your market, so what I'll do is provide a link down below so you can find your closest BMW dealership to see if X-Drive, or essentially all-wheel drive, is already available in your market. You certainly don't purchase an M3 Competition for the overall trunk capacity, but it is in line with the other competitors in the segment, and it will fit your executive lifestyle just fine. Ben did choose the option of an electric trunk, making it easier to open and close. If you do need more storage back here, well, the seats fold in a 40-20-40 split, and there's actually 2 convenience handles on each side, making them easier to lower. If you need more storage space, well, there's more offered on the side, and you have a 12-volt port back here as well. Now, clearly, there's no additional spare tire. This is a performance sedan, but BMW does provide you with a tire mobility kit. Yes, the M3 is built for 5, but really 4 individuals are going to benefit from the seating luxury in here. Leg space is actually not that terrible. I have this seat set up for someone who's 5'11", and I'm very comfortable. Even headspace is decent as well. But this is interesting. There's no armrest. If you want an armrest, you actually have to put the seat down, and now you can rest your arm. Not sure why BMW didn't include an armrest, but you don't receive it in the M3. As for storage, it's available on the side, minimal at best. You can fit maybe 2 small bottles or 2 small cups on the side, and there's nothing behind the seats. And that makes sense because this is a performance sedan. Heated seats are optional. Thank you, Ben, for including it. And you have your own climate control panel with 2 additional USB-C ports. BMW offers a few different interior options with the M3. The more popular options being the carbon fiber sport bucket seats, the carbon fiber trim, and the carbon fiber roof. Ben opted for the carbon fiber interior trim and the roof because him and his fiance really use this car more as a daily driver and only track a few times per year. Now, he also selected the premium package. With the premium package, you have power operated seats which are heated and ventilated. The steering wheel is also heated, and this is fantastic. Thank you, BMW, for just putting the on-off button right on the steering wheel. Smart thinking. Makes it way easier. Some people put it down here. It just doesn't make sense. The rest of the steering wheel, I love it. It has character, great grip. But on the left-hand side, he just went with the standard cruise control because he's a seasoned driver and he doesn't necessarily need front and rear collision avoidance. But on the right-hand side, you have your radio settings, and there's the upgraded Harman Kardon stereo system that he purchased, but it is an option. 2 buttons you're going to want to pay attention to is your M1, M2. This is where you can customize your M3. So if you are going to the track, you give it a simple push and your settings are already there, giving it more aggression. And then on your right-hand side is your M2. If this is your daily driver, you could already make it more comfortable for when you're sitting in traffic. The paddle shifters have also changed in 2021. They're much longer and they move with the steering wheel, making it more convenient for when you're shifting. Digital driver cluster, like I said, digital. It's fully digital. It's huge, over 12 inches. That's also customizable. You have a heads-up display. Now, usually I just deactivate the heads-up display because I actually find that it's distracting with so much going on, but I talk about it in my test drive because Ben preferred it while he was on the track, and I'll tell you why. Now, the infotainment system, simple to use, it's fast, it is a swipe through, it's the iDrive 7 software, and now you get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as standard. There's no more subscription required. Fantastic. There's also navigation, wireless charging, and you have Wi-Fi hotspotting. You have pretty decent connectivity, some up front here, and then more through your center panel with some storage. Now, I like this whole setup down the center. It's very clean. And you have the option of using your touch screen, or you can just use the dial control. I actually prefer the touch screen because I'm much quicker with it, but you have that option. 2 buttons you're going to want to go through with your BMW specialist is your M mode and then your setup mode. This is really easy because if you're looking to customize your M3, it's just right there. So it actually minimizes how many times you have to go touching your iDrive system. So this is great. As for driving modes, there's 3: Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus. Now let's hit the road so I can provide you with my impression, but more importantly, what Ben had to say about his performance driving experience with the M3 on Circuit Mont Tremblant. 2021 BMW M3 Competition. Wow, this thing is amazing. But I told you this test drive review was going to be completely dedicated to Ben's performance track day at Circuit Mont Tremblant. So let's get right into it. He absolutely loves the new chassis with the air suspension. He's never felt so connected to the racetrack before. And soon as the M3 detects a little bit of slippage, so oversteer, it just grabs itself, maintains control, and just pulls them right out of the corner. He absolutely loves it. Now, he probably changed the tires right away. He likes the Pirelli P0s because it gives him grip right away, but he prefers Michelin Sport Cup 2s because for his driving style, and he's more of an endurance driver, he likes over the long term, essentially. It gives him more of a consistency with his tire pressure. So not that he had anything against the Pirellis, he just thinks that for his driving style, he likes the Michelin Sport Cup 2. Another feature he would consider for the future is the ceramic brakes if he decides to do more track days, again, because that will also help with the balance of performance with the heat going on. You generate a lot of heat in some of these circuits, and it would definitely probably help him a lot. Now let's get into this heads-up display, because as a daily driver, I don't really like it because you have so much already going on. But he said on the track it works so well, because when you're in Sport Plus mode and the tachometer comes up, instead of looking down on your display cluster, you actually just see it right in your line of sight, and it's displaying all of his information. So he never once had to look down. So I actually agree with his perspective there, and I never looked at it like that. I'm always looking at it from the perspective of a daily driver, right? Not a fan. It's every screen is already so huge for me. I don't need the more information. But I actually like that. Next time I do a track day, I'm definitely going to test that out. But for me, overall experience, I've had the car for a few hours. It's absolutely amazing. It looks dangerous. I love the look. Some people are on the fence about it. I love it. But you definitely feel every single bump in the road. And I can't say that I dislike that either, because I want to feel the road. This is a performance car. Like, listen to it. Listen to it. It's awesome. And I'm in comfort mode. You know what I'm saying? Comfort mode. But what I like to do in all my videos is recommend a test drive, because test drives are complimentary, but it's not going to happen in this vehicle. So what I'll do is provide a link down below so you can locate your closest BMW dealership. But for now, Juliana, your automotive woman, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss How To Tuesday or Feature Car Friday. And huge thanks to Ben. Check him out, Social Media 55. Thanks for watching, guys. Amazing.